YouTube, how's it going? Welcome back to Bananas Epic Gaming, and today on Bananas Epic Gaming, in honor of the 31 Days of Halloween and in honor of the Scream 5 trailer, or Scream 2022 trailer, or Scream, whatever you want to call it, trailer coming out, it's Scream 5, but it's also known as Scream. In honor of the new trailer coming out, I thought it would be fitting if I did a prediction video on the characters' fates, and also give my prediction on who I think Ghostface would be. Please keep in mind this is just my personal opinion, so please be sure to like and subscribe, tap the little bell on the YouTube app so you never miss an upload, and let me know who you think Ghostface is going to be in the comments down below. And let's get to the tier list. Now, the first person is going to upset a lot of people. And the first person is Deputy Dewey, or Sheriff Dewey. But what he's known as here is just Dewey. I'm pretty sure that he is retired at this point in the Scream universe. And if we have to kill off one of the original cast members, I'm sorry to say it, but I see Dewey being the one that's killed off. Why Dewey? Well, let's look at the stuff. We see Gail screaming in the trailer like she sees a dead body of somebody she knows and somebody she loves. Dewey, or David Arquette, I believe he was on set the least amount of time out of the three. And it would be fitting. He goes out saving another person. I have him going out and saving Tara, who is in a wheelchair, and Tara is played by Jenna Ortega. We see Ghostface break her leg in the trailer. Puts her in a wheelchair, and she's like basically out of commission for the rest of the movie, I think. And she'll be back in the sequel. Dewey saves her, and she gets away. And that's when we get the Gail screaming in agony scene, and as Sidney holds her back. So I have Deputy Dewey dying in the second act, and that leads to the third act. That gives Gail and Sidney more motivation to put this person in the ground. Up next, we have Richie. Now, Richie is a 25-year-old who works at the bowling alley with Sam. Sam is the new final girl. Sam is played by Melissa Barrera. And if you know me, you know I love Melissa Barrera and I love Jenna Ortega. And I'm ecstatic. I'm happy that they're in this movie. I can see Richie being one of the third act kills. I can see him trying to save Sam, or if Tara's there, trying to save her, or both of them, and end up dying. And it's gonna suck. But he could also be a survivor. But I'm gonna have him die in this one because you have to have a decent body count, and there's more people that are in the movie that aren't on here, like Randy's sister. I could see dying in the first act, and the two cops I could see dying in the third act. But I have Richie dying in the third act. Up next, we have Liv. Liv is Chad's girlfriend. Now, I'm pretty sure there was a cast leak or a photo leak of her at the stew house. And I'm pretty sure the stew house is going to be the third act. So, I'm going to have her die here. Maybe I'm not going to give away who my ghost faces are, but somebody is missing and upset that Ghostface killed somebody that Liv likes, and Liv, who feels regret for Chad getting butchered because we see him getting stabbed in the trailer, for Tara getting attacked. She doesn't feel like she's a good friend, and so she tries to redeem herself, and that ends up getting her killed. So I can see Liv dying in the third act. Sydney, no need to beat her out of the bush. Sydney's gonna survive. I'm only gonna kill off one main OG original character, and I'm killing off Dewey. And I'm gonna put this Ghostface as the partner, and this one as the leader. I just wanted to jump up and do that so I can explain why after I say where the people are killed, because I do think we're gonna get a fake kill in this one. Vance. Vance, he's gonna be a first act kill. We see him get attacked outside of his car, and we see him get thrown into the air by his car. And I think that's gonna be like his death scene. He's gonna die, get slaughtered near his car. Up next, we have Sheriff, keyword Sheriff Judy Hicks. Not that many people know this, but when they sent out all those photos, the one of Hicks was listed as Sheriff Hicks. So she's the sheriff now, so obviously Dewey is retired. And I'm going to say she dies here. She's going to die in the either the first or second act. Okay, the second act. Wait, no, the first act. She'll die, then that'll lead up to Dewey's death. Because that's when Dewey comes up and steps up to the plate. And another theory that backs up my claim of her dying, we see in the photo that's leaked of her that there's like an American flag in the background, and the house is white on the outside. And in the trailer, we see a bloody hunter's knife. Behind that hunter's knife is that house that I described. So either Hicks dies, or her son Wes Hicks dies, or they both die. But I'm just going to have Judy Hicks die here. Up next is Amber. Now, Amber, she's an interesting one because she's my Ghostface. Amber is dating Tara, and she has been dating Tara for 1 year. I wrote down most of her bio, and she's not the biggest fan of Sam. Sorry, my allergies. She doesn't like that Sam left Tara the way she did, and I can see her attacking Tara and leaving Tara for dead to get Sam home and get rid of Sam. That way her and Tara can take the next step, because now Big Sister's out of the way and I will be the one to protect you and do everything for you. Do I see her dying? Yes, I do. And if I called this right, then I called this from the beginning. Because ever since her cast photo, and she got casted, and her character bio came out, I knew she was Ghostface. Up next, we have another legacy character. I'm going to skip over this gentleman right here, because I want to do all of them together. We have Gale Weathers. Gale's going to survive. If Dewey doesn't die, then I can see Gale dying. But I can see Dewey dying. And Gale coming to get revenge to put this person into the ground that killed Dewey. Because there's a rumor that going around that Gale and Dewey are divorced. I'm sorry about all these pop-ups. And If they are divorced, I can see them trying to rekindle their relationship. And once they start to rekindle, Dewey dies. And that pisses off Gale. And then Gale is the one to kill one of the ghost faces. Up next, we have one of the twins. And the twin we're going to talk about right here is Chad. Chad is an 18-year-old jock who is Randy's nephew. Chad is my other Ghostface. If he's not Ghostface, I can see him being a second act kill. But Amber's, he's 100% Ghostface. But Chad is my second Ghostface, but he's the leader. I can see him saying that his motive is that Sidney ruined his family, because ever since Randy died, his family was broken. His family lost the heart and soul of the family, and that Sidney never gave Randy the chance. His mom, Randy's sister, told him that Sidney would never have given your uncle the chance. He was in love with her. And that sets him off, because that reminds him of his relationship. He wants to take the next step with Liv, because he is dating Liv. And Liv won't do that. Lack of sex. And that leads to him becoming a psycho killer. I don't know why my doors are shut. That's creepy. Up next, we have Wes. Now, Wes is like Judy. I can see Wes dying, because I'm pretty sure they won't want to do what Scream 4 did and kill off half the new cast. But I'm going to keep Wes alive here. I like Dale Manette, and the name he's given is Wes. It's in honor of Wes Craven. For those of you that don't know, this is the first Scream film without Wes Craven, because Wes Craven sadly passed away. So Wes is going to survive in my book. If he does die, he'll die with his mom. Up next, we have Mindy Meeks Martin. Now, she could die in the second act, because we see her bloodied in the trailer, holding off a hunter's knife. But I'm gonna keep one of the Martins alive, and I'm gonna keep her alive, just because we can have another legacy character's lineage live on. And maybe this is a scene where her mother comes in and stops Ghostface, and her mother dies in place of her. So Mindy, I'm gonna have you survive. Up next, we have Sam Carpenter. Sam Carpenter is played by the beautiful Melissa Barrera. Melissa Barrera is slated to be the new focal point of the series. So she should 100% be a lock and stone to survive, because this story is supposed to revolve around her. And I am all for that. I want to see more Scream movies, and I want to see this franchise continue. And I believe this is the only way without doing a reboot, is bringing in the originals and bringing in a new cast of people and gently moving the story focus to them. And Melissa Barrera is the actress to deal with, because she's a really good actress. And last but not least, the one that has caused some controversy, Jenna Ortega. Jenna Ortega plays Tara, who is Sam's sister, who is dating Amber, who's my Ghostface, and who gets attacked in the trailer. I think this is going to be a butchered attack, and she's going to end up surviving. She's in the wheelchair, yes, and she's like MIA for the rest of the movie. Is what I think. And she'll be back for the sequel. And she'll be heartbroken to learn that Amber is the one that did it. And she will slowly try to come around in part 2. Her and her sister will reconnect. and then maybe Jenna Ortega would die in the sequel. That's what I think will happen. Alright, let me know how I did in the comments below. Please be sure to like and subscribe. Tell me who you think the Ghostface killers are. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.